So I thought it would be fun to share with you a trick for making pans non-stick. This can work with cast iron skillets, it can work with stainless steel, it can work with um, enamel coated stainless steel or ceramic coated, pretty much any pan or even pot. And you can make eggs in it. And this is actually the pan that we use, the same pan that we use at our cafe. And we do make sometimes scrambled egg sandwiches there with bacon and melted cheese. And so this is the pan we do it in. So I just want to show you that trick. Someone says, just bought stainless and having sticking problems. Wow, great timing. I'm so glad. You know, there's just moments, right? Even if you have a seasoned cast iron skillet, there are moments when, like I said, someone either washes it or you have a new one that needs to be seasoned or it's just not working as well. I have several cast iron skillets. And this method works great. So let's get going. I need to real quick here light my pilot light. So excuse me. Okay, the flame is on, and I think that's noteworthy because we're kind of going to be aware of how long that flame is on. So I'm going to show you while my pan is heating up. I'm going to show you my beautiful pasture raised eggs with those gorgeous orange yolks, and I've got 3 of them in there, which is kind of a standard number of eggs for one serving. My kids can easily eat 4, plus a whole lot more. Okay, so I'm beating my eggs. I have a little sea salt in here. Now, one thing you may have noticed is I'm heating my pan dry, and I'm still heating it and heating it and heating it right now, right? And I will say the thing about delicious, perfect scrambled eggs is ideally they're cooked slowly. I really like creamy eggs. Even people who like their eggs cooked dry, in my opinion, you still want your eggs creamy. And that happens, in my opinion, through cooking them slowly. But we really want a hot pan for this method of creating the non-stick. So I'm still heating it. I'm going to get it really hot. I can't tell you exactly how long, but let's say at least a minute over high heat. And now let me grab my fat. I have here some duck fat. You could also use ghee or butter or avocado oil or tallow or lard or whatever other kind of fat you want. Ideally, the fat is cold or room temperature is okay too. All right, putting my hand over the pan, and I'm gonna wait just another minute. Of course, I want to go ahead and pour the eggs in because you guys are all waiting, but the whole point is that I want a really hot pan. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead before I add the duck fat and just tell you the key here to creating this effect is that you create a hot pan before you add the cold fat. That's the most important and really the only detail that is important. Okay, so I'm going to put in a generous amount of, I always have a hard time with this angle, animal fat. And now you can hear it, right? Sizzling. It's a hot pan. And real quick, I think I'm going to try to lower this so you guys can see the pan better, okay? Oop, coming down. Okay, so there's the duck fat melting. I'm going to swirl it around. Very hot. And now I'm going to turn the heat down to low. Okay, and I'm going to pour in my eggs. So you heard the sizzle, and that initial contact of the eggs on the pan is going to cook quickly, but now I've got the heat to low. Let's see, I've got a question. I love your bun. Oh, thanks. Nice. Okay, so now look at this. Watch that. I hope you guys can see it. This is so helpful. Thank you, Wardy. I hope you guys can see this pan well enough. Let me do this edge. There we go. Watch that. Do you see how smooth that is? Pulls away from the pan completely. There is no sticking at all. Okay, I'm going to keep doing it so you can keep seeing it on all the sides. And then you can, I love scrambling eggs. It's kind of an art form. You can then start folding them over. And the frequency with which you fold them over can be based on who's eating them and how they like their eggs. So for instance, I don't like a fried taste with my eggs. I like my eggs really creamy. So I fold mine over more often. At a certain point, you can flip over the whole thing and kind of smoosh it down and then keep folding. Okay, so you can see as you continue to work, I have done this by accident. Haha, didn't realize it was a real method. Great. I love it. Okay, and then as you can see, that non-stick method, the eggs are done pretty much. I like mine soft. Couple of the people in my family like theirs more well done, so you could keep going. But the point is, if you keep going, it will remain non-stick. You can keep moving them around in there. And just that initial, I'm going to move them back now. so they don't get overdone. Let me scoot this up again so we can, okay, there. The most important detail there is that by doing that initial step, you create a nonstick surface from that point on. So, yay, love this tip. Thank you. Who is going to eat those? I guess I'll probably have them. You know, we're funny. I never knew how to fold them like that. Oh, good. Where did you get the spatula like the wood handle? You know what? This is more of an offset spatula for baking. So, I actually think it might be Pampered. Oh, no, Williams-Sonoma. I probably had this since we got married. I don't shop at Williams-Sonoma, but I obviously like their stuff. And we did get things from there when we were married. So I probably had this that long. But it's just an offset metal spatula for pulling out brownies or bars or that kind of thing. But I like it for cooking eggs because if any does stick, you know, you can get that little bit up. But as you see with that method, none is going to stick. Yes, turn to low temp, and that's what allows them to be creamy, because if you leave it at that high temp, then they'll get fried and brown and taste like an overcooked omelet, which I don't like for scrambled eggs. And someone asked earlier who's going to eat those. I probably will have them for lunch, but I will say too, we're a frugal family, and I am not at all opposed to eating cold scrambled eggs. I remember as a child, going over to a friend's house, and we were making lunch, and her dad opened up the fridge and pulled out some leftover scrambled eggs. Wordy says me either. Pulled out some leftover scrambled eggs, an old piece of toast with butter and jam, and just sat down and started eating them cold. And I grew up in a family where my mom threw away leftovers after eating dinner, just all went down the garbage disposal. Thank you so much. Love this. I'm so glad. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Yum. Anyways, I remember being horrified. Thanks. So you ever season eggs with garlic or other seasoning? Yes, lovely. All of the above, definitely. Although sometimes scrambled eggs just taste good all by themselves. They're like the perfect pure comfort food. But yes, delicious. Anyways, just to finish the statement of what I was saying, I've basically become the opposite of what I was as a kid. I used to be scrambled eggs are good in salad. Ooh, good to know. I love to spice my eggs. Lovely. Yes. Oh, cayenne, there's so many yummy things you could do with eggs. But so yeah, so now we eat all kinds of leftovers, and cold scrambled eggs are right in there. I don't need to reheat them. I think they're delicious. Good for fried rice too. Yes, that's a great tip. I agree. We used to know a little boy who'd walk around with a baggie full of cold scrambled eggs, and they were his favorite thing. So they'll get eaten no matter what. Anyways, I don't think any of you have any questions, do you? This was pretty straightforward, but if you do, feel free to type them in. I should mention before I go, this video broadcast will be on my YouTube channel, which is Megan Stevens, within 24 hours or less. And my handle is @MegEatBeautiful for Twitter and for Periscope. So if you're not yet following me, please do. And my blog is eatbeautiful.net. I'm the author of Eat Beautiful, Grain-Free, Sugar-Free, and Loving It. Thanks, so appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you next week on Wednesday at 10:30 here on Periscope. This was great. Thanks. Have your book. It's great. Thanks. How long can you keep in fridge? Does that mean scrambled eggs? How long? I think around here we eat them within a couple days, so right away. But if they're covered, they would certainly last longer, 5 days, I would think. Have a blessed day to you too. Thank you. All right, everyone. Goodbye for now.